Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. So I realized, well, actually I kind of knew this, but I need to do better. I realized I haven't really done like a sit down, get ready with me introduction of myself. So I felt like this would be a good time. I can explain a little bit about myself and why I got into modeling, and I can sit here and do my makeup, try out some stuff. Yeah, there's a new foundation I want to try out, so I figured we could do that together. All right, let's get to it. Well, bitch, on my level, ain't no question, I'm a legend, baby. Don't ever forget it. No, you see me rolling. So, if you don't know from the page, if you ain't see the name, my name is Naima. Page name, hey Naima. Naima Ivory on all social media. I have, this thing is, okay. It's that elf. It's Milk's version. It's the dupe. Okay. Dang, that is blue primer. Whatever. So, okay. I have actually been modeling since 2018 officially. I wanted to model when I was younger. I went to the Cosmo shows. Who was the other one? Barbara, I don't know, something with a B, that's all I remember. I remember going to those shows, you know, and you get there and you take a couple pictures and you do your runaway walk, and then at the end it's like, oh, we need you to pay $2,000 for classes and whatnot. And I get that modeling is an investment. However, I was only 10. Like, my mom did not have that type of money to really put into a kid. She really could have had though. But that's a different story for a different day, or no. But even still, you know, you hear stories and they tell you you shouldn't have to pay to model. It should be free. If somebody wants you, they'll sign you. It should be unpaid. And they were correct. There's stipulations to that, but for the most part, they were correct. Where is my eyebrow pencil? Okay. So, nope. So, whenever we do those shows, I think we only showed up to a callback once. Callback, right? Yeah. And like, that was just it. By that time too, I started to get settled into my teenage years. My body started to fluctuate, and it became discouraging because I was picking up weight and losing weight, picking it up. I wasn't growing in height. I'm only 5'5". At that, I'm still only 5'5", or 5'6", 5'5.5", something like that. But in the modeling industry, they were very strict at that time. This is, you know, the early 2000s. You had to be a size 1 or 3 or 0 or 2 or however, and you had to be 5'9" and above to do runway or to do print. Excuse me. And I was none of those things. I'm also a black woman, which at that time, we still were not seeing a lot of us in those spaces. So I got discouraged. Then America's Next Top Model happened. And when that came out, that definitely was just like okay, I want to be on here. I want to try this. Like, I think I can do it. All these other women tried up. I think I can do this. Tyra came in and said, you know, here's the beauty standard, but let's shake it up. Let's shake it up for the world and show that you can be beautiful in any standard. Like, there's no such one beauty standard. Your beauty is within yourself and how you hold and carry yourself. So when America's Next Top Model came on, by the way, I know I mentioned it earlier, I'm trying the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter foundation. This is in a shade 7 Deep Rich. I don't know, it looks a little dark on me, but I'm a fixer. Legit. I can fix this. So when America's Next Top Model came out, that was literally like my everything. I said, oh, this is perfect. This is great. I can't wait till I can sign up and be on here. And then by the time it was really my time, the show was over. So that just kind of became that. Tyra had a short season for short models. She was embracing plus size models. Like, it was just all so beautiful, and it was what the country needed to see. It was what the industry needed to see as well. This looks red. We'll make it work though. So after America's Next Top Model wrapped, I just kind of got into life. I just let life do what it do, baby. Do what it do. So also, does anybody spray like setting spray in between? Or just me? I don't know if that's people's prep still. Whatever. Okay. So let's say life happened, and then I had like even moved away to Cincinnati at one point, came back. When I came back, me and my best friend obviously linked up. We never not stopped talking to each other, but I was back in the city. And from there, it's where my career started. We both had decided to be makeup artists. While I was in Cincinnati, I was working for Ulta Beauty. So I was able to get discounts on all the newest product coming out. And so whenever I come home, you know, make sure my best friend got the good stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be like that. What am I looking at? That was a spider. Composure. Okay. Anywho. So when I came back, you know, me and best friend was like, all right, well, let's be makeup artists. We ended up connecting with her cousin, Naima, who has had an agency at that time for, I don't know, 5 or 6 years, I believe, maybe. And I could be wrong, could be longer, but she's definitely been in the business for a while. And we were traveling. We were going to Atlanta with her. We would end up in random spots as well, but we enjoyed it. I enjoyed the travel though. I enjoyed the travel and the perks that could come with it. I, however, quickly learned I do not want to be a makeup artist. That is not for me. That is not my forte. That is not my life. And had talked to Naima and was like, you know, hey, I prefer to model. That is my thing. So boom. The next year rolls around, and actually I don't even want to say it was the next year. Actually, nope, it could have been. The next year rolled around, and me and my best friend, we both still doing our thing. So she is makeup artist, killing it too. My best friend is killing it, really getting into what she wants to do, figuring herself out. At that time, I started to make the transition from makeup artist to model. I just knew it wasn't for me. I just knew. So yeah. So I brought it up to Naima and said, hey, I want to model. What do we have coming up? What's happening? What do we have that I could participate? And so I ended up going to Atlanta, and it was perfect. Like, I was just back in my own, I guess, element. Like, I felt comfortable. I felt this is where I'm supposed to be. These are my peeps. Like, we're good. And it literally went, whoop, and it literally just went from there. So my first photo shoot with Naima was with a clothing boutique, actually, that she was helping. So I was one of the models for some of the products, which I thought was fun. I actually enjoyed it a whole lot. And then from there, I was getting picked up for a couple of little local things. But once again, life. I couldn't travel as much to Atlanta, and Naima at one point was living here, but due to work, she eventually moved. And so I had to figure it out myself. So the following year, so 2018 wrapped, you know, I was still working for that clothing boutique, which I can't remember the name of it right now. I was working for that clothing boutique. That kind of wrapped up, and I just went on about my life, went on about my business, just seeing what I could do. 2019 came around, and I just said, I'm going for it. Now, in 2018, I was still doing other like boudoir shoots and whatnot. 2019 is when I really started to step it up. So I was doing a photo shoot almost every month, things to add to my portfolio. I did a couple fashion shoots. I also walked in a lingerie show in 2019, and that was the boost to my confidence that I needed, the extra. And 2019 is when I started to like pick up some weight. 2019 to 2021-ish. I picked up about 40 pounds, roughly. That was enough for me. That was entirely too much, but it happens, you know, it's life, it happens. So walking in a lingerie show with Central Bliss, that, like I said, that definitely boosted my confidence. Shout out to Tiffany L. That is my girl. That is sis. For real, thank you for believing in me too. It really helped with a lot of things. But my confidence was definitely boosted doing lingerie. I was doing product shoots for Adore Me as one of their ambassadors. So that was always fun as well. So between like taking pictures on my own and then actually being out in the public eye was a shocker too. That was something that I had to get comfortable with, because I wasn't, you know, plus size woman. People are still always going to have their own thoughts. They're gonna always say what they want to say, so, and that's okay. It was discouraging sometimes, but other times I said, it is what it is. Who cares? 2019, I was doing lingerie, and I probably will go back to it. That was my, like I know I said it, I'm gonna say it again. That was my biggest confidence booster. Being able to feel sexy for just myself and not anybody else was what I needed. People ask, you know, Naima, how can you just be out here and this, that, and the third, or how are you so confident in just wearing lingerie? I just did it. I just had to do it. I just had to say F what anybody else would think and worry about myself. Those people and their comments, those comments do nothing for me. And everybody's always gonna have an opinion. That opinion don't pay my bills. So keep it to yourself. Keep it all to yourself. Doing the lingerie, taking my own pictures, taking my own content, really falling in love with myself helped me be able to complete other things within my life. I wanted to travel on my own. My mom, when she was younger, she traveled a lot by herself, and I see a lot of similarities to me and her. a lot. But it helped. It helped with me being able to just go out to dinner by myself because, you know, me and my friends don't always have the same schedule. We couldn't always be able to get off to do things. So I had to get comfortable with myself. I got comfortable going out to events and ended up just seeing people who I knew. Like, and even if I didn't, I had to learn how to make friends on my own. Doing lingerie, doing modeling has really boosted and added to my confidence. Because I definitely found times where I was questioning myself or the things that I was doing or what I should and shouldn't be doing. I was going to Atlanta by myself. I was working in Atlanta with other people that I had met. I made my own connections. Like, that was top tier for me to do. Because you need to. You have to be able, when you model, when you do anything within that industry, within the beauty industry, you have to be able to get out there on your own. It's a hustle. Just like every other job, every other career has a hustle. It's the same thing. This is blending out so beautifully. All right. I had to focus, sorry. So, okay, 2019, modeling. I was doing literally content on my own. I was just out here, just getting it. Picking up, working with photographers on my own. People reached out to me, I reached out to them. I was paying for my own stuff. The hustle, you do what you have to do. But in all honesty, even doing it on your own, it's still scary. It still can be discouraging a little bit, you know, because you have to market yourself, you have to advertise yourself, and you may think that you're perfect for something, but that other person does not see it. So you just pick up and you move on. You do what you have to do for you. 2020 hit, pandemic. Pandemic stopped a lot of stuff, slowed down a lot of things. But in the same sense, I feel like I was really starting to pick up, starting to really rev my engine up. I was still working with photographers. During the pandemic, I worked with Denisha McCauley. And the other photographers that I've worked with, I'll tag them below. 2020, I worked with Denisha. For 2020, 2021. No, 2020, I was doing stuff on my own. And I was still taking pictures for Adore Me, or was starting to. 2021, I started shooting with a professional photographer again. And I loved it. But in the process of me working with that photographer, I also, once again, shot my own content. So that influencer lifestyle, baby, I've been it. I really hate that I started so late, but that's okay. It is what it is. Do I want to use this? Not yet. Okay. 2021, 2020, 2021 hit. I was really just doing it on my own, doing what I can. Actually, 2020, I lied. I just lied to y'all. 2020, because of the pandemic and its uncertainty, I definitely took a pause. Working in healthcare definitely didn't help because, you know, you gotta make sure you're good and everybody else around you is good. You didn't want to get others sick. So that was really my main focus then. So yeah, never mind. I wasn't out. I wasn't doing anything modeling related too much. In 2021, I started really working with the photographer Denisha, and we were just getting it in. We were doing group shoots with some of her other models. actually appreciated it. I loved it. And it helped me get an idea of what being like on set would truly feel like. And I kept it going. But then I took a pause. 2022 hit and I stopped a lot of my modeling, a lot of my influencer gigs. Some of it was due to health stuff, not on my part, but I was handling some family things at the moment. So my focus just wasn't where it could be. And I actually took a break for a year and a half. So these are Uff's Camo Liquid Blush. One of them, which one is this? This is Gorge Orange. And this other one is Coral Crush. Let's make some. Let's just see. So after I handled everything family-wise, I decided to come back out. 2023, your girl popped out and I started, I need that for the side too. And I started picking back up my phone, my camera. But then I got into some other BS and it took a hit for a moment. But that was on me, and I'll never do that again, ever. I hope that that's not too much, but we're gonna find out. Here we are, 2024 now, and I'm signed. I'm signed to an agency, you know, and they really are wanting to work with me. And it's beautiful. I got into modeling because I wanted to travel. I wanted the clothes. I love the glitz and glam. There's nothing wrong with saying that. People sit here and try to come up with all these big philosophies of why they did stuff. But because I wanted to travel. I wanted to see the world. You telling me a girl from Chicago to Kentucky can't do nothing? You a lie. You a lie. You a lie. I can do it all. And then some. Don't ever tell me I can't do nothing, because I'm going to prove you wrong every single time. Ooh, this is pretty. I feel like I should have used Beauty Blender maybe? That's a pretty mix. Okay. Okay, Elf. Let's see, you just look so pretty on my... okay. Anywho. So I am signed now. And I'm happy that I'm signed because I just want to show the other women, other little girls that like, you can literally be beautiful how you are and still get ahead. Stop listening to others. When I got my locks, that helped add to my beauty. And I'm not saying go get locks, but go get locks. Because it made me really sit and look at myself like, all right, I don't have long hair right now. I don't have all these other things. But what do I have? I have my personality. I have my smile. I have my great energy, my great aura. Like, right off that. That is beauty. It may not be actual physical beauty, your personality and your aura, but it is, because it came from deep within. That's that inner beauty that people talk about and preach on and needs to be spoken about more and more every time. For sure. Modeling is more than just taking pictures and showing up and looking nice. If you have a nasty spirit, nasty attitude, it'll always show through. Always. I haven't been the size that I am for long, and it took time for me to get there. I mean, it's weight loss. Like, what you expect? Excuse me. But where I am in life and where I am in my career and my thought process, if I get bigger, I get bigger. And if people want to work with me, they'll work with me. And if they don't, then they don't. That's their loss. I can't control that. I can't sit there and try to convince them otherwise, because people have their own things in their head. And you just got to let them roll with that. The modeling world is dog eat dog, for real. And if you get caught up in your own looks all the time, you will fail tremendously. It took me 6 years to just get signed. And and on top of that, I'm signed to a Naima, who, like I mentioned at the beginning, I was already working with. That just shows you too, like, they gotta see the effort from you as well. People aren't hiring anybody lazy. These jobs hire you, you come in, you're lazy, they'll fire you in a heartbeat. It's the same thing in the industry. Same exact thing. They want to see your efforts. They want to see what you can do, because you have to hustle. Management can't do everything for you. You have to be able to kickstart, jumpstart yourself. As far as me and modeling, as I've gotten older, I have realized what my preference and picks are. I prefer print commercial. If I had it my way. I I don't want to necessarily do runway, for one, because I'm really not the tallest for it, which is fine. My agency thinks that I'm taller than what I'm saying, but we'll just have to figure that out one day. I'm really short though. I really am. You just don't like me saying it. Sorry, I'm not that tall. I'm good at runway. My walk is really pretty. Probably do some adjustments to it, which that's fair. But I don't want to do runway. Also, from my recent meetup with Supermodel Nay, she told us that the money is not in runway, which I believe. The money is in print. These people print these ads and they go across the country, across the globe. That is definitely where the money is. And I want to be where the money resides. Feel me? But I will do runway. I don't know whose. I've never actually, and this is like, when I say I'm not like a fan of runway, just for me, I'm not, but I'll do it. I wouldn't even know whose show I would want to walk in. I definitely think I would want to do an urban designer. I would love, this designer's not even urban. She is like, she's doing bridal now. I would love to walk for Hanifa. Her pieces are just gorgeous. They're so pretty. And then obviously, you know, the high-end designer, but we'll see. I don't know if I've seen really too many plus size models for high-end designer runway shows. And I'm sure that there has been. I personally, so don't chop my head off, I personally haven't seen it, but would love to. Would absolutely love to. Okay. These bras are gonna get what they get. They are not twins, they are cousins. I just realized I almost did a full face. This is actually a full face of drugstore makeup. Now I just thought about it. Everything is like on a cheaper end. Which has to be in modeling. I am balling on a budget. When you start out, you do not always start out. And you can get lucky. I'm not going to say it doesn't happen for people, but it just hasn't happened for me right now. Some people start out with big gigs coming in the gate. I haven't just yet, but my time is coming. Oh, it's coming. Matter of fact, actually, before I got signed, I did a deal with Dove that I personally didn't have to post, which was cool. And it was a paid deal. So, definitely looking for more paid deals for 2024 for sure. But if you want to model, if you want to work with brands, you honestly just have to be you. You have to have a good attitude. If you know your attitude is horrible, don't even, just don't. Just don't even attempt. Nobody wants to come on set and deal with a meanie. You know, you're on set 8-12 hours a day. Don't nobody want to deal with that. I know I don't. Y'all can miss me with that for sure. For sure. My goal for modeling. Okay, actually, I'm not even going to say. My goal for this year for modeling is to book a paid print ad. Because it's coming. And to be on a brand's radar for potential like events. I know I live in Kentucky, but I travel. I got no problem being anywhere. You need me here, bet. I'll figure it out. I'll be there. My agent was so shook when I told her, oh yeah, I'll be in Atlanta for those dates. She was like, how would you even swing that? Because I was already off. Look at God. I am salty that I am going to be missing New York when my agency goes, but there's always other opportunities. And I won't dwell on it. I won't sweat on it. Because what's meant for me will be for me. And I went ahead and set up a photo shoot anyways. So she told me to just keep working when I'm not with them. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. If you want to get into modeling, do it. Don't wait on nobody else. You do it for yourself. In the times that we are in, you got to do it for you. You can't wait on anybody else. That's what I've been learning within my career. People look for the effort. People want to see the hustle. People want to see and hear what you had to go through, which sometimes I think is crazy, but it makes for a good story, right? Go after all your dreams. We are in a different time, different society now where you can literally do whatever you want. Somebody is going to listen to it. Somebody will pay for it. Somebody will entertain it. Like, ooh. This came out so pretty. I hope it's registering like that on camera. I do wish that along with my modeling career, that I would have started YouTube a lot sooner. But it is what it is. Hold on. What else tips can I give in the modeling world while I try to put on this lash? They say they want to see the hustle. They let us see the hustle. Want to see me down bad till I come up. In modeling too, do not feel like you have to work with everybody. I love saying no. People will either, if they see you coming up, they'll try to eat off of that. And for me, I'm all for like a collab, but tell me, don't try to fake the funk. And then as soon as we do something and either it goes your way or it doesn't, now there's problems or there isn't. I've ran into situations like that, and I don't ever want to be in a situation like that again. So that's why I encourage to say no, because it is your career, it's your name. Oops, it's your name at the end of the day. And people always say what they want to say, especially if it's a man. Those are like the scariest sometimes within the industry. Sometimes. And don't get it wrong, the woman could be just as sketch, for sure. It's definitely the man. Dude, between that mascara and powder, I'm a fool right now. And yes, I am aware I did not put on any eye makeup. I actually find myself wearing less eyeshadow lately. This is literally, this is my look. This is what I do. So you're actually getting a makeup routine from me right now too. Oh, when modeling, when getting in the industry, ask questions. Do not be afraid to ruffle feathers. If that person who you're working with gets mad because you asked or inquired about them behind the scenes, don't work with them. Do not. I don't care. And if somebody else come back and try to rebuttal this, argue with your mama, don't argue with me. I said what I said. I'm not gonna come back off of that. No. Just like how you inquire about the person that you're dating or the school that you're going to or the job that you're wanting to apply for, you need to do the same thing within the industry. Because at the end of the day, these people are looking out for themselves as well. It is business. And if you have a bond with the person that you're working with, then just be honest with them. Because if that person is somebody who is well connected, or like you guys haven't had any issues, but you're just curious about something, just be honest. Don't ruin your work relationship with that person either. But if it's like somebody new, definitely ask questions and do your own research. Google them. Go on social media and Google them. See what their name populates for. Agencies do it for models and people all the time, so don't ever feel bad for needing to know who you're truly working with. You should know who you're working with. Always do your research on everybody, just so you're not left in the blind, because the way that the world moves right now, all it takes one bad comment. Modeling is fun, and it's not a, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not a forever career. And so this is obviously something that I am aware of. But in the meantime, I'm gonna capitalize off of it as well as I can. I do work in healthcare and have been since like 2018, 17, 18. And That's because that is a forever career. If I could model and do content creation full time, I think I would. Honestly, probably would. But in the meantime, sister girl got bills to be paid, and we are not at a point yet of being paid off my content. It's coming though. Had to use the fave, that Mac chestnut. Y'all be doing a pink with the... This lipstick, I don't even remember. Oh, it's Clinique. It's a Plum Pop. I really don't have too much to say on modeling. I think probably next time I go back out of town, or the next time I really have a photo shoot, I'll probably sit down and do a what's in my model bag, or what should be in my model bag per se, let's say that. Because I do have a photo shoot scheduled in the next week and a half. So I'm actually excited for it. I've already worked with the photographer before, and we had a good time. We actually had a great time. Young guy out of Lexington. I just feel like my face is missing something, but it's not. Let me buff you out a little bit more right there. All right. Final look. What do we think? That Elf foundation was pretty. I thought it was gonna be too dark, but it actually leveled out really good. We like, she's pretty, she's cute. This is actually like my main beauty routine, despite the Elf being new to my routine. I may have to try that out again. I do want to try a new foundation out, another new foundation. Makeup Revolution has a new one, so you'll probably see that coming soon. But hope you guys enjoyed our little chit chat. Get ready with me. Follow me on all social media, Naima Ivory. Please stay tuned to see more of my modeling journey. If you're interested, or if you just have questions, put them below. I have no problem responding back. This is your girl, Naima. We out. Bye.